My dead grandpa just unfriended me on Facebook. My grandpa has been dead for about 10 years, but before he died, he made a Facebook account. I never unfriended him because it felt like I still had a connection with him as long as I could go back and read our old conversations. Well, a few weeks ago, I noticed my friends' count had gone down by 2. I never had many Facebook friends, so I knew it had to be 2 of my close friends or relatives who unfriended me. Eventually, I realized it had to be Grandpa and Grandma. I thought maybe Facebook had closed Grandpa's account because he had been dead for so long, but that didn't explain Grandma. Also, I could still find both of them by searching for their names. I don't know why, but I tried adding both of them again. Almost immediately, the option to add Grandpa returned. So I know my request was ignored. The request to add Grandma remained pending for a few hours, but eventually, that one was ignored too. My grandmother is still alive. I don't visit her as often as I should, so I asked my mom and she checked her own account. She had been unfriended as well. She had a small meltdown when she called Grandma, and she didn't pick up. I live pretty close to my mother, so she came and picked me up, and we drove to Grandmother's house. Grandma was home, and she was happy to see us. When my mother demanded to know why she hadn't picked up the phone, she said she went to Grandpa's grave. She didn't seem to think Mother had any reason to be upset, but she invited us in and asked if we wanted to stay for dinner or coffee. When we were having dinner, I asked why she unfriended us, and she looked embarrassed, but she said she just did not feel like using Facebook anymore, so she tried to close her account. We said the accounts were still open though, but she waved it away. We finished dinner and helped her with a few things around the house. Eventually, we went home. A few weeks passed. My mom and I both called Grandma once or twice, and everything still seemed normal. But late one night last week, I decided to look my grandparents up on Facebook again. The profile pictures had changed. Grandma used to change hers every now and then, and the new ones didn't look unusual. But Grandma said she stopped using Facebook, and there was no reason at all for Grandpa's account to have a new picture. I brought it up with my mom the next day, and she had that same feeling as I did that something was off. We went to visit Grandma again yesterday. She was glad to see us like always. In fact, she seemed happier than she had been in a long time. We asked her about Facebook again, and she said she hadn't been on it. When we mentioned the profile pictures changing, she said maybe she'd been on there once or twice. She didn't want to talk about it, so we let it drop. We helped her with a few chores around the house again, but this time my curiosity was stronger, so I made sure I had an excuse to go into her bedroom while she was in the kitchen with Mother, and I turned on her computer. I know all her passwords because she never changes them, and she has them all written down on a little note next to her laptop, but she had a privately coded browser which made searching anything almost unknown. She's not stupid, but she's very bad at computing, so this surprised me. Hell, I don't even know that much. I opened up her regular browser and went to Facebook. She was logged in and she unfriended everyone. Everyone except Grandpa. There were posts on the same day. Grandpa and Grandma unfriended everyone. SOME posts were from his account, the rest from hers. They replied to each other. It looked like real conversations. The posts were old pictures of them back when they were younger. I thought it was possible Grandma might have learned how to scan photos or paid someone to do it for her, but why would she fake conversations with her dead husband? I was starting to worry something was seriously wrong with Grandma. I took a few photos of the screen with my phone. Then I went out into the kitchen to join my mom and my grandma. When I went there, I whispered to my mom and told her to go into the bedroom while I talked to Grandma. I kept her busy for around 20 minutes until Mom came back. She looked a little pale, so she must have found the whole thing as creepy as I did. But now what? We didn't know what to do. I sneaked back to Grandma's bedroom with the intention to turn her laptop off before she noticed we turned it on at all. But then I saw there was a new message waiting for her, for my grandpa. I opened the chat window and it read, "Have Angela and Charlie left yet? My mother's name is Angela, and my name is Charlie." I was a little bit disturbed that someone was calling me that when talking to my grandmother using her dead husband's account. I took a photo of that as well, then closed the browser and turned her laptop off. My mom and I said our goodbyes and left. Everything about my grandma's behavior seemed normal, and she was sad to see us go like always, but I know for a fact that it couldn't be her who had written that message, since she was in the kitchen. This happened yesterday, and I have no idea what's going on. What do? Do we just confront Grandma about this?